Hi, thanks for joining me. This is The Vibe, and I'm digging. Okay, I've been opening up a little bit, little more at a time, and um, I've been doing a lot of thinking. And as always, my thoughts are conveying certain truths, and how do I do that? Well, I was listening to somebody a little earlier, and I thought, man, he really hit the nail on the head. And that was, there are some people that all they care about is the show and um, what they look like and whether um, they're convincing enough, and it's, more entertainment than not. A lot of it is a lot of copying, I noticed. Um, and usually the copying also happens on topics. So this topic will rise and everybody jumps on that and covers it, and so on and so forth. And that's all fine and dandy. The truth is very precious, and sometimes you have to go through a lot of mud before you find that diamond, that special rock, being being the truth. So I've had a lot of experiences, and I know they're real, and whoever's supposed to know that it is real, it'll reason with you. And what you're going to find when you come across my videos down the road, sometimes not that far off, you'll get proof and different proofs. And I hope you do come across this. So this way here, when you have your moment of synchronicity in what it is that I'm sharing with you, that you can say to yourself, okay, hey, listen, I did come across the truth. Note to self, I did come across the truth. And so at that point, you pay it forward. At that point, once you have your validation, you can bring it to somebody else, and you can say, hey, look, I checked this out myself, and and there is truth to that. Now, more than ever, mankind is in trouble. And if somebody doesn't stop and begin to really listen to what some elect information rather than people, some elect information, we're going to be fit to be tied. And I believe that is why it happens, and we gotta wake up. We gotta really get with the program, and we've got to broaden our minds. I mean, everybody's now adapting that, truth is stranger than fiction. Fiction. And we're all in agreement there. But yet, when you come across it, you fail to see it. And that is worrisome, because what that means is mankind is still very vulnerable and can easily be controlled, because nobody really wants to take heed that God, unlike what a certain church said, God is a magician. God can do anything. Yeah, with the wave of a hand, ding, he can do it. You have to remember, we were created by thought, desire, and then the word. The word is what gave us life. So, unlike, I'm not one of the fans, I do know that my God can. My God can at any given second change direction, create. In the twinkle of an eye, he can create, she can create. I also know that whether you want to go there or not, Jesus is real. He's really real. And um, even still, they miss it. You know, even Christians, they miss it. People are so caught up in the word that without them acknowledging, or I shouldn't say acknowledge, recognizing, they fall into judgment, and this being out of fear that someone's either going to change or try to convert or change your mind, or the fact that because you are a Christian, you are somehow a target. Well, it doesn't matter what the religion is. It really doesn't. Things are the way that they are, and they're laid out, and God does choose people to have them share, plain and simple. So there is a bigger picture, and you'll get that bigger picture as you take in all these videos. Yes, it is, and are the most unlikely people that do, like this gentleman said, uh, we're in the background. You know, we really have to think long and hard because we do put uh, our families at risk, us at risk, um, um, and 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 this risk is very real because people judge so harshly, yet they oppose judgment themselves. Now, what they're judging is the truth, I'm going to say, not as much as people. You that do know me, like I said, um, all of this politics, I'm going to end up touching on that this evening. All these politics, when I had seen when it was rolled out to me, I rolled it out to you. And I am going to say, hey, look, do your job. Knowing that I told you the truth, knowing that I rolled it out for you, you know, now is the time that we need to start sharing. I don't mind. I put myself out here for that particular reason, and first and foremost, face my fear because this is very fearful to do. Like I said, um, but the love of humanity and the love of God and and the love that God has for us is what urges us and gives us the strength and the power to verbalize the truth and the food of life, meaning his words and his love for us because it's eternal. And yet, mankind has really failed to embrace it for how it really is. You know, when I stop and I look, how many of you really got your head around the knowledge I shared about Jacob's ladder? That in itself is a secret to life. Because if you can get your head around that and you can embrace that, you're all of a suddenly healed. You're all of a suddenly set free of psychological chains and emotional chains that were put on you. And you were chained up, you know, the day you were born because of the politics we were born into. in Scripture, we were automatically born into sin, automatically born into error. And that's because man has erred. And man has erred in recognizing God, recognizing the truth, and recognizing the people God chooses to bear witness and to bear truths. But nothing's changed as far as time and the going ons. It's still the same as it was at the very beginning. There is still that struggle in putting the truth across. And I guess what I'm talking about is the tares and the wheat. I guess that's what I'm talking about. So I will do my duty in conveying truths to you. So, this thing, because I've also touched on aliens, or I began to touch on aliens. I've heard this mentioned again, and I'm, to some degree we're talking about reincarnation. And even Jesus touched on reincarnation, possibly. And the reason I say that is because when they asked if it was Elijah, I believe, and Jesus said, yes. John the Baptist, they were one in spirit. He did come. And John the Baptist was the one that lit the path to the coming of our Savior. So there in itself is something to ponder over. Others are the human experiences and the testimonies that we give. And like I said, there's always proof in the pudding. If something reasons inside of you, even if it doesn't, and if anything, I challenge your thought process or your belief system or your faith, duly noted, that's still really good. And the reason I said that is because I know I'm speaking the truth. And so as the truth appears to you, you'll be able to take reference. And I know that I can say to our Lord when I go to sleep, okay, Lord, I put my best foot forward, and that's what I can do, is put my best foot forward and continue to speak the truth and continue to relay testimony. Like nobody really wants to take a look at the fact that God is so large and so in charge. It's not, they don't look at it like an actual house. They don't look at the fact that God created everything and everyone, every living thing. Now, us being made in God's image, I truly believe that our mentality and our intelligence is a part of that. And we are all born with discernment. So we really need to start taking a look at how large our Father's house really is. And, is God secular or singular? No. No, he's not. Okay, so reincarnation. The other, is also an understanding that we have lived on other planets in different lives. And some will disagree, but like I said, if I challenge your thought process, then that's a good thing. Even if you know, walk away going rubbish, rhetoric. This woman doesn't know what the heck she's talking to. She lacks Jesus. And all I have to say is take the log out of your own eye first before you put it in my direction. And the second I would have to say is get behind me, Satan. And I'm saying that flat out because I do know God's love and I do know the word of the Lord. He chose me and I'm grateful. Not a problem. Give me a horn. Do do do. You know? Yeah. So, with that particular subject in mind, I have to say this because I am here just to speak the gospel truth. There are many mansions in our Father's house. With that, we do need to understand we are born human. We are born in the likes of God, in His and her image. We are children. We are. We are children. In the last video, maybe, I suggested the pyramid. The pyramid. And I also suggested as above, so below. Because from there, we brought it here. Kingdomship is what we did. The way that it's set up, and this is extremely important, and I pray that you hang on to this. I pray that you do, that you hang on to this. I urge you to hang on to it. We are royal because we are made in God's image. I am very serious when I have said I asked not only once, not only twice, I have been taking on journeys throughout my whole life. And I can flat out say, as far as the Anunnaki, and the Vatican can back me up on this. I never thought I'd say that, Lord. That was like somebody walking over my grave. I asked, do you know God? Do you know our Creator? And the response was, yes. And looked up this way. We all know God. I said, all of us? On that note, there was an understanding of different living beings on different planets. But everybody on their own level. Everybody on their own level. Whether we want to say on their own planet, their own beings, their own, physical makeup. We are in that level. We don't go as souls from there to here to there to that. No. Us humans have been humans, these enlightened souls, and that's it. Why? Because outside of that, there is royalty. We're right up there. We are right up there. We don't go, we can go in flight, we can go empathize, we are taught, we are brought there to be taught, to learn as observers. As we graduate, we can interact by healing. And that's what I'm talking about, that knowledge, the knowledge of love, of unconditional love, and the ability to heal. We need to get our heads around the fact that we are made so special All these other beings on other planets know it. Why do you think they come to us? Because we all look so pretty? Half of us are lost. Well, more than half, maybe. Because nobody wants to get their head around the fact. Nobody wants to get their head around the truth. Nobody. I shouldn't say nobody. That's ignorant on my part. I'm going to say the people that do are sometimes shunned. The people that do are sometimes looked at, let me look at this. I'm here for you to judge. I want to see if you can look through all of it, and see the truth that I'm telling you is what the facts really are. So when it comes to this alien, what's that word in English? Oh man. Okay, when it comes to understanding the matrix, okay, the matrix isn't on Earth. It's not. The matrix is in the galaxies, in the universes, because we go, how deep do you want to go? This matrix business is just another lie. I said this, and this is my quote, and it is my quote. Mankind chooses the truth to be a Picasso, as complex as a Picasso, and they won't accept anything else. But the truth is simple. The truth is so simple, and it's free for everybody. It's free for all. And yet, if there's no drama attached to it, if there's no questioning it, well then, the fact that it's so simple, it just can't be so. It just can't be so. And yet it is so. So, let's understand, everybody has its place. Every creation has its place. And we are all very important. It's like that watch. If one of us, is off or out or in danger of dying and throwing the whole system out of whack, absolutely everybody comes in to keep the balance. And why? Because it's perfect the way that it is. Us here on Earth, we really got to get with the program. We really have to dump a lot of crap and ask yourself, what are you really looking for? Because the purpose was given to you. But that's not good enough. You going, that's it? My gift is just life, is just to be able to feel. And if that is what you're really feeling, then I feel really bad for you, because you're missing out on the essence of life, the essence of love. When experiencing all that you can in a physical body isn't enough for you, I refuse. I just think, you know what? My Lord didn't die in vain. My life was worth something to him. My life was not worthless. I recognize the gift that I have in life. And I'm so glad. Glory be to him. Period. And yet, we complain. We complain and bitch and are unhappy and miserable and twist and lie, drink, call names, tear other people down. Ugh. What a waste. What an absolute waste. I think you died for that. Y'all better wake up. The truth is here. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you don't like my appearance. But hear the truth. Hear it. I'm not going to go away. I was sent on a mission, and I'm embracing it, and I'm going to do it, and I am doing it. You guys got to recognize how special you are. Stop being so sick of life. You know, and you that says, I love Christ, I give anything to my Lord. Well, how about embracing the fact that you're living, that you're living in a body that He died for? You know, you don't want to feel shitty for the fact that, He sacrificed Himself. Well, then cherish your life. Be happy in the body that you're in. Be happy in the life that you live. This is the greatest gift of all. Embrace it. It's yours. So now, knowing this, how can you tell me that once upon a time you were a praying mantis? Or once upon a time you were a white or an Anunnaki? Everybody's just so, hey, you know what? They are our creators. Correction. Correction, Batman. Correction. You ask. Ask any one of them. Put it out there in a prayer. Seriously. They too know God. So on that note, on this note, who is really missing out? Me? Them? Or you that don't want to be ministered the truth? This is not for entertainment only. And you must be 18 years of age. All right? Okay. Chew on that for a little bit. When it comes to the pyramid, did we live on other planets? No. We are born souls. We are royal. We are elite. We are the elect. We are. Everything is the way it's supposed to be. Everything has a purpose. Every existence God created. And we are at the top of that pyramid. That's why I say, hey, recognize, our part with the grace. I mean, that whole existence looked for God, asked for God, asked for an appointment with God, and asked if they can have a soul, if they could work toward having a soul, being blessed by God. Propaganda sells, hype sells, sex sells, rock and roll sells, hip hop sells, it all sells. But everybody has their own plane of existence, and everybody has their own purpose. This isn't anything that can be bought. It can't be bought. Nor can it be, well, I guess it can be gambled. There's this lie that apparently there's no salvation after you've made a horrendous mistake, and that is by rejecting the Christ and embracing the fallen. And that in itself, there's a whole lot of truths that really need to come out. So take your head out of the sand here. Extremely important, because these videos and this knowledge you do need to know. I will guarantee it. I will guarantee it. Give it within the 2.5 years. And I pray that, I don't need to pray. I already know. I trust God. I know what I was asked to do, and I'm doing it. And I trust. I ask Gabriel sometimes, hey, do you want to help me out here? Because I really am an actual shy person, but my love for God overcomes all fears, and my love for men overcomes all fears. You know, what he did for us is too big for words, and we really have to smarten up and really start embracing the fact that we've been given the most beautiful gift of all, and there are other beings on other planets that would give anything, anything, anything to be in our shoes, to be souls as we are, and to be given such the royal treatment of being allowed to experience a physical body. They're trapped in their bodies. Do you know that? They experience death. We don't. We don't. Okay, so maybe I didn't make reincarnation clear, and I'll get to that because it's pretty touchy. But this whole, we all lived on other planets, and in order for us to experience, no, we're capable of experiencing without possessing or incarnating in another body on another planet. And the reason being, like I said, we're royalty. We are made in his image. You can't get away from that. You can't. And I'm not saying, like I said, God created every living thing. If God didn't say to them, "Hey, look, I made you in my image," that's not my bag. I'm not gonna question the big guy. You know what I mean? I'm just like tea for two. Works for me. Okay. Like, I really hope you share. I really hope you share. I really do. And you're going to find you're going to be able to get a lot of confirmation in scriptures, in science. When all else fails, I say Google it. And you who know me, I love you. I miss you. I will be back soon. And I'm gonna say, ciao, amore. Ciao, ciao. As they say, peace.